Bikes! I get like verbal tics, you know? I don't have Tourette's. I wish I did. It looks fun. But I'll just yell shit out. It's like a hook on a catchy song or stuff. It's just stuff that I watch. And then, bikes! I just yell it, you know? Over and over. Only like 2 or 3 million times. But I'm obsessed with the show Scared Straight. If you've never seen it, it's tremendous. Here's what they do. In the show, they take kids, middle school and high school kids that are getting in trouble a lot, and they send them to jail for a day. And the idea is that jail will scare the fuck out of the kid, and then he'll get his life together, hence Scared Straight. It's tremendous. I'm obsessed with one episode. It aired once in 1999. Here's what's great. It aired uncensored, which is bananas. And in this episode, they did not send the kids to jail like they normally do. Instead, they sent them to a maximum security penitentiary. Prison. And those prisoners verbally assaulted these kids into crying a lot. And it's the funniest shit I have ever seen in my life. First of all, don't feel like too bad for these kids are super badass. They're not like spitting spitballs in class and they're fucking stabbing other kids. They're badass kids, okay? And they show up to this thing with attitude. Like they walk in, they're like, "What's up? This ain't shit. I run 6th grade. I ain't scared of you, man. Like, can't scare me." And they're greeted by a guy named Crazy Chris. Chris has scars on his face, and the screen freezes. And it says, Chris killed 6 people, and he's doing a double life sentence. Like, this dude is so bad that when he dies and he's reincarnated, that guy's doing life in prison also. So, this is a bad motherfucker right here. The kids are like squatting around, and Chris is like, "Hey, my name's Crazy Chris. And from now on, you will see me in your nightmares." And the kids are like, "What the fuck?" Like, "I'm 12, don't talk to me like that, man, that's crazy." And then he goes, "If I ever see you again, I'll take a bite out of each of you." And they're like, "All right, we're all reformed now, thank you very much." So, Jesus, but they can't leave. The next guy comes up to him and he goes, "Hold my pocket, hold my pocket." And he makes kids walk around holding the inside of his pocket, you understand? So he walks and then they're like, I don't know what you know about prison, but if you're holding on to another dude's pocket, it's gonna be a rough day, all right? Not only is this guy making kids hold he's talking ridiculous shit to middle schoolers. He's like, "I'm gonna make you suck my dick for breakfast every morning." And the kid's like, "I hate breakfast." Funny shit like that. So, he's like, "I'm gonna mush your motherfucking face." And the kid's like, it's so fucking funny. There's one exchange where this dude, he pulls a kid out of line. The kid's like 13. He weighs, 100 pounds. And he has a bowl cut, okay? He has a bowl cut in prison. It's parted in the middle. And the prisoner goes, "Why are you here?" And the kid's like, "Stealing?" And he goes, "The fuck you took?" And the kid goes, "Bikes?" And he goes, "Bikes!" And that's why I yell bikes all the time. You should see me when we drive by a bike store. Holy shit. I'll be like, "Oh." And my wife, she's pretty over it. She'll go like, "You get one." I'm like, "All right, I'm gonna make this shit count." So I'll pull over, I roll down the window, and I wait until I see somebody checking out one of the sidewalk displays, like with all the bikes out there. And when they find one they really like, and they're like, oh, I like this one, I'll go, bikes! And they're like, what the fuck? And I'll go, stop selling drugs! And I drive up.
Hey, you asked me. Now, I'll tell you on a grand scale who's helping nobody lose weight. It's Starbucks. And this is true. They have a national training campaign to try to trick you into ordering food. And this is why. They know you're going to order a beverage. So they try to lead you into food. Pull into any Starbucks drive-thru, and now they greet you. They say, welcome to Starbucks. What can we get started for you to eat today? And you're like, wait, what? I just wanted coffee. And they're like, no shit. What else do you want? So then you're like, I don't know, sausage? Like, what do you have?
I swear to God, there's no more liberating and fun thing to do in this world than scream in your best aggressive black guy voice. Holy shit. So much fun. I highly recommend you do it. Not if you're black. If you're black, you already do it. But if you're white, do it. Do it in public. Do it where there are black people. And here's a little secret. If you do it well, there's a possibility that a black guy will yell back in return. I do it all the time. I live in Los Angeles. Pick your spot. I go to Crenshaw. There's never a shortage there. I do. I hang back and I go, hey, yeah! Sometimes a black guy will go, sup, D? I did it to Big Daddy Kane one time. I swear to God. I swear, hand to God. If you don't know who Big Daddy Kane is, you can go fuck yourself, okay? I was standing on Sunset Boulevard. A limousine pulled up. Like, for Sunset? Really? All right. A limo pulled up, like, I don't know, 30 feet from me. I was just like, all right, see the door open. Who's getting out of this limo? Expecting like a bachelor party or some shit. Fucking Big Daddy Kane. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. And something just took over, you know? The spirit grabbed me. And I was like, sup, Kane? And his head whipped around. He was like, you? I was like, oh, that wasn't me. Somebody over there did that shit. That wasn't me. If you ever see Big Daddy Kane, please do the same shit to him.
You can't say midget? God damn it. I never thought we'd lose that one. Can't say it. People get very upset. I never said it to be cruel, and let's be honest, it was perfectly acceptable for years. The best part about the word midget before it became offensive is that it's specific. You know exactly what someone's talking about when they say it. That's what was great about it. You could be like, oh, I was at the zoo today, and I saw a midget. And you'd be like, oh, did they feed him to the lions? Like, what happened next, you know? But now, I can't say that. Now I gotta be like, I saw a little person. And you're like, was it a child, or? I'm like, no, under 4'11" with the hands? Oh, okay.
You ever meet somebody and they're so boring, you feel like they poisoned you? Like, you're talking to them and you're like, I feel like I'm dying right now. And I think you did it. This guy's name is Craig. I met him, I made sure to get it. I was like, I'm gonna remember you for the rest of my life, man. I met him at the bank. Is he a bank teller? No. Is he a security guard? Nope. What's his job? I don't know, whatever they call that guy that stands in the lobby of banks now, where you walk in and you're like, do you work here? And he's like, I think so. That guy? The lobby liaison? Well, I saw him, we made eye contact. I don't know how you work. For me, if we make eye contact during the day, not at night, but during the day, out of human decency, I acknowledge you. So that's what I did. We made eye contact, and I go, how you doing? And he went, and I was like, okay. So then I get to the second set of doors to walk in, and as I reach for that door, I hear, You going to the bank? I go, is this still a bank? He goes, yeah. I go, I'd like to. And he goes, go for it. And I was like, okay, thanks. And then I reach back, and he goes, I'm going to Virginia next week. Are you telling me that? He goes, you said, how you doing when you got here? I had to think about it. That's what I'm doing. I go, that's the craziest shit I've ever heard anybody say. And also not how that question works, but all right. And now I reach back, and he goes, yeah, my sister lives there. And I'm like, how long she live there? Now I'm roped in. He goes, 15 years. And I go, you've never been? And he goes, Now I'm starting to look at him like, hey man, do you drive to work or does somebody drop you off? You know what I mean? I think he could. Yeah. I think he could see it in my face because out of nowhere he goes, I drive. And I was like, that's cool, man. That's cool. I drive too, that's crazy. I got to get in here. He goes, yeah, we're going to check out D.C. and we're going to see some monuments. I go, I would love to hear about it, but I have to make a deposit. He goes, well, I'll be here when you walk out. I go, you motherfucker. Fuck that guy and fuck everybody like him. If you have the audacity to tell people how you're doing when they say how you doing, that shit is rude and selfish, all right? I'm serious. There are two acceptable answers to how you're doing. Fine and great. And if you're miserable, you say fine. You don't burden people with your real world problems during a courteous exchange. Yeah. Sure. You know why? Because nobody wants to hear your problems. Your problems make my dick soft. And I am trying to stay hard out here. Now,
2 years after that, there was a woodpecker fucking up our house. This will all make sense. And woodpeckers can really damage your house. I remember my dad paid a guy $500 to patch up that part of the house. A month later, the woodpecker returned. This time, my dad did not call the guy. He woke me up, his teenage son, on a Saturday morning. Picture you're dead asleep, and my dad whispering in your ear with his potent dad breath. He just whispers in my ear, dead asleep. He goes, I need you to shoot a bird. I just go, I don't do that. And he goes, figure it out. So I said, okay, Lieutenant. And I got an air rifle. I shot the woodpecker. I remember I shot it mid-peck, so it was going like, landed in front of me, so much bigger up close, really big, red feathers, distinct features. I was blown away. I bagged it up, I threw it away, and then I went over to my girlfriend's house. I started telling her family about it over lunch. I should mention, at the time, my girlfriend's family ran a wildlife conservation center, so I didn't know my audience, but I heard a few forks drop, and I look up, and her dad goes, oh my God, you killed a long-billed woodpecker. That's an endangered species. And I go, oh. I said, my dad made me do it. And he goes, how does that make you feel, knowing that you did that? And I said, there's no better feeling than killing the enemy. It was fucking awesome. I loved it. Those birds are extinct now. I did that shit. I don't give a fuck. I'm crazy. So,
what were we talking about before? Oh yeah, my mom. So, here's how I stopped arguing with her. I hope if you're in a similar situation with a parent, you have an epiphany the way I did. here's the circumstance, right? She calls me late last year. There were fires in LA, and she goes, Tommy. She's not local, if you don't know yet. If you're like, why does she talk so fucking weird? She's from South America, Peru, to be specific, okay? So she calls me, and she goes, Tommy. And I go, yeah. She goes, the fires, they are bad? And I go, yeah. Usually they're good, but this is a bad one. And she goes, people are dying? I go, if they're in the fire, yeah. It's fire. And she lives in Florida, so she goes, you have fires, we have hurricanes. People are dying everywhere. And I go, it sounds like you have the news on. Is there anything else you want to report? And she goes, I think it's happening for a reason. And I go, it is. They're called weather patterns. And she goes, no. I think God is trying to send us a message. That's what I go. I go, what's the message? She goes, I think he's trying to tell us to be better people. And you know when somebody says something and you can feel with certainty that you're going to argue with them? Like as words leave their lips, you're like, I'm going to light you up pretty hard. I could feel seething anger growing, and I could hear my own argument in my head. I could hear my own voice say, you mean to tell me that our all-knowing and all-loving and all-present God is setting people on fire and drowning them in hurricanes so that we hug more? This is the stupidest shit I have ever heard in my entire life. But right before I said it, I had that moment. I had that thought where I go, what is the point? Why argue with this demon woman, you know? Just let Lucifer's sister have her way. You're not going to change her mind. So for the first time in my life, I took a deep breath and I just went, yeah, I could see why he would do that. Hope he stops killing us. Ha 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 ha. And she knew. She goes, what? I go, you make a good point. And she goes, why are you doing this? Why are you meaning why aren't you arguing with me? I go, Mom, I don't know. Who cares? You're right, I'm wrong, so what? And she goes, Tommy, do you know what? I go, what? She goes, I always knew you were a little bitch, Tommy. And I go, what? And she goes, ciao, puto. And she hung up the phone.
What about persistent genital arousal disorder? That is a fancy way of saying never not coming. These are people that have orgasms every 90 seconds, and they can't have jobs. Why can't they have jobs, Tom? Because they're coming all the time. It's not appropriate for you to be like, can I try on this shirt? And the guy's like, fuck your shirt. I'm gonna wear my old shit. I'm not wearing your fucking shirt. Can you imagine? You're like, oh, we're out of orange juice? Or, you're like, oh, just bring water. That's too much sugar. I don't want any more of that. Some people suffer from both of those afflictions. You know that? It's rare, but it happens. Can you imagine that? That like you just walk up to someone, you're like, oh, I'm sorry to hear about your dad passing away. And he's like, that feels good. I made that one up. That's not true. But that was cheap, but that was fun. Now, if you're still not on board with this, how about an old, reliable one? You know, how about Tourette syndrome? Yeah. Maybe you've heard of that. If you haven't, let me tell you. When I was in 5th grade, my parents sent me to a new school on a Wednesday. I'll never forget. It was a Catholic school, and on Wednesdays, they had Mass. So picture you're a new student at a new school, you don't know anybody, and the first thing you're doing is you're going to church. So I walk in, and the priest starts the service. He goes, in the name of the Father and the Son. And the kid in the row in front of me goes, fuck your cunt. And I was like, oh, Nobody did anything. No one batted an eye. He just goes, Holy Spirit, starts reading from the Bible. This kid goes, lick my balls. And fuck you. I am laughing so goddamn hard. But I know I'm not supposed to laugh. It sounds like I'm having a stroke. I'm 10. I'm like, I have tears running down my face. And finally I'm able to get out, how come nobody else is laughing? And the kid next to me goes, he's got Tourette's. It gets old. 3 years I was at that school. That shit never got old. That was the greatest gift God ever bestowed upon me. And I'll tell you this, the greatest day of my life, up until the day my son was born, was the day we had a substitute teacher that year, and they didn't warn her about him. Your imagination is serving you correctly. It was glorious. I watched a 10-year-old boy break a grown woman's spirit. These poor substitutes, they don't know what's going on in your class, you know? She walked in, somehow they didn't tell her, and she's like, read chapter 3. And then his tics would build, meaning they would start small. So he would sit in class and be like, so she goes, what's going on? And we're like, she doesn't know. And then he would do this every day. He would take markers and paint his own shirt. Again, every day he did it, but she doesn't know about it. So she sees it. She's like, what are you doing? He goes, what do you think, bitch? Ah! Then he starts painting his face with the marker. And she goes, stop that. And he goes, fuck you, bitch. Fuck you. Fuck you. And she's like, what's happening? What's happening? And we go, that's Kevin. Why are you crying so much right now? Like that. And she killed herself. She's dead. So... she's out of teaching, but she's fine. So, I know. Some of you guys are like, Jesus, he's a real jerk. And I'll tell you, it is fantastic to be in the People's Republic of Denver. It is a great city, and I absolutely love it here. I think you've probably already taken it for granted, your lax weed laws, and you forget the struggle that we all went through at one time. We're all traumatized by it. I hope you acknowledge that. We are traumatized by our upbringing, okay? If you're over 4 years old, you are traumatized by this nation's laws. And this is what I mean. I bought weed last week. It's the same dude I buy it from all the time. It was in a public place, and I bought it. You know the first thing I said to him when he gave it to me? I go, I'm gonna go put it in my car. And he goes, why? And I just instinctively, I go, because it's weed. And he goes, tape it to your fucking forehead. Who gives a shit? And I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. But we as a nation, we have been traumatized by these horrific laws and people being imprisoned for having weed. And it highlights the absurdity of not only it having been illegal and so crazy for so many years, but also highlights how the next generation will not believe our stories about it at all. There's a 0% chance they will understand what we're talking about. It'd be like trying to tell a kid now, like, hey, you know, pigeons used to deliver messages to people. They'd be like, the fuck are you saying right now? It'll be the same thing. I'm gonna sit my son down one day and be like, you know, when I was your age, to get weed, I almost died. And he'll be like, why? Was 7-Eleven on fire or something? They didn't sell it at 7-Eleven. Daddy used to get in cars with strangers. Where are we going? Chill out, all right.
I'm not calling you stupid if you're religious, okay? That's a cheap shot. If religion gives you comfort, I think that's great. I would not call you stupid for that. I would only call you stupid if you read your horoscope. And you make life decisions based on what the planets are doing. I don't know if you've ever spent time with one of these non-contributors, but they're usually sharing their wisdom, like, you gotta go for it, because you're a Pisces. Thanks, Doc. Those are the same people that think it's a miracle to share a birthday with someone. Like, that's a noteworthy event. And then you get to explain how that's not weird. Well, there's a lot of us. And not that many options. It's gonna happen all the time. Those people, ugh. But the ones who make me immediately homicidal are people who get excited about a close to each other birthday, as if that is worth wasting a breath on. I get this in hotels once a month. I check into a hotel, guy will take my ID and he'll be like, you're April 16th? I'm April 3rd. I go, hold on a second. You mean to tell me 2 weeks before I was born, you were born? Yeah, I've got panty pudding now. Panty pudding? Ugh. Gross. I remember the girl who said it. It was 2002, and a lot of you will not like this. But that year, Ohio State won the national championship in football. Whoa. It's almost like you care more about football than the Bible. But anyway. I know. Boo, history. Anyway, I was with this girl. I met her the day after the game. She was from Columbus, where the school is located. I said something casually. I just said it. I was like, oh, you're from Columbus? You guys won the title. Are you excited? And she goes, excited? I've got panty pudding. And I was like, oh. And then I fucked her because she was a dirty girl, all right? And she was not lying. That shit was like tapioca. You had to scoop it out over your shoulder. Do you think Cosby still eats pudding? I often wonder if he has maintained his sense of humor on the inside. Do you think he teases the fellas on the way to the shower? Do you think he's like, hey, don't put your pudding pop in my raisin cake? Like that? And they're like, man, Bill's crazy as shit. Let me get a cigarette, Bill. All right, so you can tell I like you. Yeah, you know why? Because I told you an old sex story from my life. I think 100% of the time when that happens, when somebody tells you an old story like that from their life, it's because they like you and they seek your approval. Yeah, absolutely. Dude, who tells you the best stories? It's always people newish to your life. Why? Because they're giving you the best they've got. They want to impress you. Who tells you the worst stories? Your best friends. They know you're not going anywhere. Your best friends are like, I fucked my wife. And you're like, shut up. We're about to eat. I know shut the fuck up, man. And then they're like, it's a good story. Okay, what? Well, she didn't really want to do it. But I kept bothering her. And she finally broke down. She really just laid still. You're like, what are you, Ted Bundy? This is a terrible story. Here's what happened. I was shooting a movie a few months back, and one day we wrapped up kind of early for filmmaking. It was late afternoon, and I walk off set, and I notice there's a bar across the street. I go, I'm gonna walk into this bar, have a drink, go back to the hotel. Simple enough, right? I walk in, I see a woman seated at the bar doing what I can only describe as weird shit. If you're like, what do you mean, Tom? Well, I think there's a normal spectrum of behavior that you see from one seated at a bar. You know, if you see them seated there, you might see them go like this, or like, hey, or maybe even, ha ha. This lady is seated at the bar, and she's going, I'm like, is she making fudge? What is she doing over there? I also notice it late. Like, I notice it as I'm walking past it. That happens sometimes, right? Like, you walk, you see something as you're passing it, you're like, that's some crazy shit, and you keep walking, and then you're like, I need to see that again. I don't know how I'm gonna see it again. Now I'm dead center, and I see that a woman, to be clear, is in public, 4:30 in the afternoon, and she is sitting there fucking peeling her potato. I don't know, playing with her pussy. You know what I'm trying to say. And she is not hot, if you're wondering. If you're like, was she super hot? No, she wasn't. And because of that, I tattletaled immediately. You know what's up. So I go to the bouncer, I go, excuse me. That not model over there is diddling herself at the bar. And this big yoked dude looks, and he goes, I go, yeah, talk to her. And he goes, mm-mm. I'm like, excuse me? He goes, I don't want anything to do with that shit. I'm like, I don't think anybody does. There's a woman masturbating at the bar. He's like, ugh, like he's put out by my outrageous request. He's like, all right, man, Jesus Christ. So he gets up, he walks like halfway there, turns around, he goes, yeah, I couldn't do it, man. I go, you have to. So he calls over the hostess, this cute little 22-year-old. He's like, what's up, guys? And he goes, handle that. And she's like, okay. She goes over there, super polite, which is fucked up, considering the circumstances. I can't hear her, but I can read her body language. She's like, hi. And she's like, everybody can see you. And then she goes, stop it. Stop it. And she goes, you promise? And she goes, thank you. And she comes back and she goes, she stopped. I'm like, she finished or she stopped? She goes, she stopped. And I go, okay. I'm like, wait, is she allowed to stay? And she goes, yeah. I go, why? And she goes, because she stopped. I go, I'm sorry, would I be allowed to stay? If I was just sitting at your bar, just kind of toying with the top, you know, like. Would you tap me on the shoulder and be like, excuse me, will you put your leaky dick back into your pants? Thanks, you want some chicken fingers or Sprite or something? I say, you called a SWAT team and they would rappel into the building. Someone would crack my fucking head on the side of the bar and you'd have a parade as my corpse was carried out. As she goes, you're right about that. Maybe I'm overreacting. I don't know. I don't jerk off in bars. Guys, we've covered a lot of stuff tonight. We really have. Some of you might, not think highly of me. I don't know. Some of you might be like, this guy's fucking stupid. Some of you might think I'm offensive. Some of you might think I'm unenlightened. I don't know. But I will tell you this. I believe in humanity. I do. I believe we're all here together, and I believe there's no such thing as coincidence. And I think I can tell you the story that will also make you believe this. All right? A few years ago, I was in Washington, D.C., and I was sharing a cab with a woman I didn't know. Never met her before in my life. We're splitting the cab. Midway through the ride, as I'm looking out my window, I hear the woman go, "Hey." And I thought she was gonna be like, "Hey, like you wanna fuck or something?" And I was gonna be like, "I can't, I'm married, so make it quick, all right?" I look over, I'm like, "What is it?" And she goes, "Is this yours?" And she's holding a wallet. And I go, "No, it's not mine." And she goes, "Oh, it must be the previous rider's wallet. I'll just give it to the driver." And I go, "Don't do that. Look at him. He looks like a cab driver. He probably smokes crack every once in a while. You can't trust these guys." I go, "Give it to me. I'll get it back to the rightful owner." And she goes, "Really?" I go, "Yeah." She gives me the wallet. Now I feel obligated to find the owner. But here's the honest to God truth. I really want to. I've always dreamed about finding a wallet. I don't know why. I dreamed I would find a wallet, I would open it, it would have $1,000 in it, I would get it back to the rightful owner, and it would turn out to be like Will Smith, and then he'd be like, "Do you want a helicopter?" And I'd be like, "Yeah." And I'd be like, "I got a family in Denver, do you like furniture?" So I open this wallet, it has $2, a grocery store rewards card, and a community college ID. So I have found not Will Smith's wallet. But I still try to do the right thing. I call the grocery store, I explain the situation, and I go, "Can you help me out?" And they go, "No. We're a grocery store. We don't track people down. Eggs are on sale. Go fuck yourself." And I was like, "Cool, thank you for your help." Then I call the community college, and I speak to literally every department in the community college for 4.5 hours. Before I finally get a contact number, I call the number, and a man answers the phone who I can only imagine has never used a phone before. Because he actually answers the phone with a noise. So just to break this shit down, I don't know if you've ever used a phone before, but usually when you call someone, and they pick it up, they say, "Hello?" That's fucking it. That's what people say when they answer the phone. Maybe if they're in a bad mood, "What?" Those are the two options. This man answers the phone, picks it up, and he goes, And I go, "Hello?" And he goes, And I go, "I'm gonna talk, and then you talk." And he goes, "Yeah." Like it was the first time someone explained to him how fucking phone calls work. Up until that point, he's just like, "That made a noise, I'm gonna make a noise too." So I go, "Hey, I found this wallet. I was given your number. I'm trying to return the wallet." And he says, "It's probably my son's wallet. He's always losing shit because he's a piece of shit." That's the first thing. I don't even know how to respond. I'm like, I go, "Well, can I give him his shit back?" He goes, "He's a real asshole." And I go, "We're talking about your son right now?" And he goes, "Yeah, I don't think he's going to amount to anything." I go, "Jesus Christ." I go, "Maybe he will amount to something if he gets his wallet back." And he goes, Yeah, I'll let him know you called." And then he hangs up the phone without taking my information. So his plan is to go to his son and be like, "Some guy found your wallet." "Yeah, I don't fucking know." And he's like, "Walk away." So I'm super frustrated. I try to do the right thing, right? I forget about the wallet. A year goes by. A calendar year. I go back to DC. I go in town, I call a friend. We go to a restaurant, just a random restaurant. We sit down, and the waiter comes up to take our order, and I go, "Justin?" And he goes, "How do you know my name?" And I go, "Dude, I have your wallet." And he goes, "Oh, do you have it on you?" I go, "No, I don't fucking walk around with your wallet." I don't go, "I got my wallet and I got Justin's wallet." Now I'm ready to go out. No, you fucking psycho. And he goes, do you want to hear about today's specials? And I go, do you want to acknowledge that this is an amazing moment in both of our lives? And he goes, what do you mean? What do I mean? I found your wallet in a cab in DC a year ago. I don't know how many cabs are here, but I think it's a lot. I got told no 100 times by 100 people trying to find you. My hotel room used to look like an episode of NCIS. There was pins and charts connecting shit to each other. I spoke to your father, who's not a fan. I don't know if you knew that or not. I come to a restaurant at random. I get seated in your section, and I recognize you from your ID that's burned into my memory. You don't think that's fucking amazing? And he goes, we have a prime rib special. We also have a penne pasta. I can't eat. I'm like, what the fuck? He comes by, I go, look, I don't want to make a big thing here, but I do remember that I have your wallet in my bag in my hotel room. If you want to come by, I will give you your wallet. And he goes, okay. I go back to the hotel. I hear a knock at the door, and now I'm expecting him to lose his shit. I think the situation merits freaking the fuck out. I think he was playing it cool, and now he's going to be like, I didn't want to say this earlier. We should open a surf shop in Maui together. You know, or like, this is my newborn son. I want you to have him. Like that shit. So I hear a knock at the door. I open the door. I'm like, hey. And he goes, hey, you got my wallet? And I go, yeah. I give it to him, and he goes, cool. And he turns around, and he walks away. No. It's not cool. So I open the door, and I see him about to get on the elevator. I go, hey, Justin! And he goes, yeah. And I go, your dad's right. You're a fucking asshole, and you're never going to amount to anything. And I shut the fucking door.
And she goes, yeah, I'm not that horny. And I go, I know. See, I just feel a responsibility to remind women of what pigs men are. If you're a woman and you're here with a man right now, you should know he is 2 drinks away from walking into that booth. And honestly, I'm no better. If he had answered my question differently, if I'd been like, hey, is that a guy or a girl? And he went, I don't know. I'd be like, well, I don't fucking know either. So, wow, she's got a rough chin on her for sure. Hey, where'd you go, man? I don't see you anywhere. All right, I lost some of you on that one. That's fine. That's how that goes. So, I know, I see. Some women are like, my man would never do that. Okay, sure. You want to know how big of a pig your man is? He's however big of a pig you give him permission to be. Every man has unlimited pig potential. Just needs a little nudge from you, coach. How about that? Doesn't go both ways. Isn't that fascinating? Like, if you're a guy, you can't be like, I want you to eat it from behind. She'll be like, the fuck did you just say to me right now? But a woman can go, I want you to eat it from behind. And we're like, rah, 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 rah. I'm going to take some home in a doggy bag. Rah, 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 rah. I'm getting older. I know we all are, but I am. I feel like I'm getting old. And I know you guys are looking up here like, what? You're perfect. That's on the outside, you know? You know what the biggest kick in the balls is? It's when your vision starts to decline. Especially if you've had perfect vision your entire life. I've never even thought about it. I've had excellent vision. I've had vision that's off the charts. Like if I'm hanging out with friends and there's a sign 10 blocks away, I can see it. And they're like, how do you see that? I'm like, oh, Jesus loves me. I see it. I can see it right now. And now I have like this squint of death, or I look at shit like that. And people are like, you all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm just looking at shit. Don't you ever look at shit? And it's tough to accept. I've been in denial. You know where you can't be in denial anymore? The DMV. I went to renew my license. And when you go, you sign and you pay. Very casually, a lady goes, can you read line 3? And I was still arrogant about it. I was like, check this shit out. AXGL7. And she goes, 7? I go, what the fuck is that? I don't think I've ever seen that symbol before in my entire life. And she goes, that's a T. So I went, pretty close. And she goes, yeah, you're right. That's pretty close, like that.
When I do the road, I leave a wife and 2 small kids, and she's pretty attached, you know. She cries when I leave. Like, all the time. Yeah, she does. I leave, and she's like, it's gonna be hard when you're gone. And then I have to do like an acting exercise, and I'm like, it's gonna be hard for me too, you know? It's not hard. It's fun. I just did it backstage on the phone like 5 minutes ago. She's like, I'm all alone at the house. And I was like, I'm all alone out here, you know? No, I'm not. She's great. She's great. I love her. I love the kids more, but I do love her. Well, it's a different love, you know? Like, I don't want to fuck the kids, so there's a start. Some people buy first-class tickets. I always feel like they know you got upgraded. They always give you the look like, by the way, we fucking know. You can sit up here, but you're not like us. God, it's so weird. People ask me, like, I get asked fucking travel advice from strangers. Can we just break down how crazy that is? Like, people come up to me and they're like, hey, you travel a lot, right? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, where should I go? I don't fucking know you, man. You ask travel advice to people who know you intimately. They know you well. They can guide you based on what they know about you. I mean, you don't ask strangers dining advice, right? Because you're like, hey, where should I eat tonight? I know I've never met you before in my life, but do you think you could give me a recommendation? Yeah, you should try this dim sum place. But then that person might go, oh, I hate the Asian world. And you're like, oh shit, I didn't know that about you. Like, yeah, I killed like 4 of them. Like, what are you, like a serial killer or something? Yeah. Now you're in an awkward conversation with a serial killer.
You can't say retarded anymore. It was just here, don't you remember? Retarded, it's gone. People get very upset. I don't really support the arguments against it. Like when people are like, you shouldn't say it. And you're like, why? They're like, what if there's one over there? And you're like, we never said it like that. We were never like, look at that guy. You didn't say it like that. You said it to describe an idea or a situation, you know? Like if your friend was like, I'll pick you up at your house, and then we'll come back to my place, and then later we can go back to your house, and we can get your bags, and then we'll come back over here after that. And you're like, well, that's retarded. Why the fuck would we do that? But now you can't say that. Now you gotta be like, that's not smart. Your idea has an extra 21st chromosome, if you ask me. It's not the same. You can't say that's gay. Damn. I used to abuse that expression, I'm not gonna lie. And never for anything remotely sexual. You know, I just would say it all the time. Like if you were like, I'll have a water, no ice, I'd be like, that's gay, you know? Why do you have so many balloons? That's gay. Shit like that. You can't say it anymore. Now, to be clear, you can say that's gay, but it has to be for something overtly gay. Like it has to be 10 guys standing in a line. Each of them has their dick in the ass of the guy in front of them, and they're marching and they're going, I want the cum. Give me the cum. I want the cum. And then you can go, that's gay. And even then, they're like, take it easy. And you're like, all right, Jesus.
Guys, have you ever thought about how many times you may have slept with your significant other? You shouldn't know the answer, so let me just start there, all right? If you do, that's terrifying. And we'd like you to leave. Yeah, if you're sitting here, you're like, oh, finally, somebody has. It's 926. There's the exits. What I'm saying as a concept, it is reasonable to assume if you've been with somebody 3 years, you have a healthy thing going on, you may have slept together a few hundred times, right? Right. Now, I want you to think about how many times your dad has finished inside of your mom. So many times. Tom, why would you say that? Well, basically, I think all of our moms are a bunch of cum dumpsters, you know, but your mom more than my mom. Now, I know, it's a tough image to get out of your head once I've planted it, right? You're like, God damn it, my mom's dripping? Probably, yeah. Soaking wet. Look, your mom has done some nasty shit. Let's talk about it. She really has. And look, I'm here to defend her, all right? It is not her fault. It's your dad's fault, for sure. Your dad, with all due respect, is kind of a piece of shit. A little bit. And if you're like, not my dad, he's good. Yeah, to you. He's not always like that to your mom. If they've been together 3 decades, you don't think he says some off-colored shit every now and then? Of course he does. They're laying in bed, your dad's tossing and turning, he can't sleep. And your poor mother, is everything all right, dear? It's fine. Was supper good? Yeah, shut up, I'm trying to sleep. Can I do anything to help? Yeah, you can lick my balls, all right? And you want to know something? Your poor mother, she does it, all right? Because she's a ball hog, so your mom gets down there. And she goes, I like my life. Oh, your mom. Now, your grandma, think about some of the things that she's done. On the railroad tracks or wherever she used to fuck around. El Paso, I don't know. You're like, why are you saying this stuff, Tom? Because I'm having fun. Because I enjoy upsetting people. Yeah, I don't know what it says about me psychologically, but there is, I don't know, there's like a marching band inside of me right now going, good job, good job. Yeah, because internally I picture somebody out there going like, I was having fun until he talked about my slut mom. And it makes me happy, I don't know. It'll upset somebody and they'll try to tell me. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but comedians' lives are lonely. It's a lonely existence. I mean, you're in airports and hotels and cities with strangers every week. It gets lonely, like it really does. Like you can only masturbate like so many times before you're like, I gotta get something to eat, you know? Like, it's one of those things. You gotta find something to boost you up. You know what's the biggest boost, the biggest spark when you're on the road is actually running into another comedian. It's the best. I can't even describe it to you. It's the one thing that you're like, yes. If it's a comedian you already know, it's like a reunion. If it's a comedian you've never met, there's so much excitement at the potential. You're like, oh, is he gonna be weird? Is he gonna be hilarious? Is it gonna be hilarious how weird he is? Like there's so much there. You know, it's how I imagine serial killers feel when they meet each other the first time. They're like, you know, you do it differently than on the way I do it, but I totally respect your commitment to the craft. Like, you keep their toes in jars. That's nuts. That's awesome. So, I'm at the airport, and I'm waiting to board a flight. And who do I see at the gate boarding the same flight? The comedian Bruce. Now, if you don't know who Bruce is, super successful comic. He's had TV shows. He sells out clubs and theaters everywhere. He's awesome. I've never met him. I see him at the gate. I'm like, I'm going to go talk to Bruce. And then I go, no, you're not. Bruce doesn't want to talk to you. So I don't say anything. Then we board the flight, and I get upgraded. Woo! Upgraded. And now, who is sitting directly across the aisle from me? Bruce. Now I can't help myself. Now I have to say something. So I introduce myself to Bruce. Now, for this to really make sense to you, if you don't know who he is, I have to paint a picture, okay? Bruce is black, he has dreads, and he's a big boy, all right? Like when you say your name twice, there's a lot of you. Bruce is like 4 bills, okay? So, I might name myself Tom if I gain another 100 pounds. So, I'm sitting across the aisle from Bruce, and I introduce myself, and he could not be nicer. Just to give you an idea of his status, we're at the gate on this plane, and the flight attendant announces that we're stuck at the gate. And she says, you can get off if you want to. Just take your boarding pass with you, and then you can get back on. So as I'm talking to him and they say that, I go, I'm not getting off. And he goes, I'm not getting off. And then a woman, a passenger from the back of the plane, walks up, and she leans down to him, and she goes, I'm getting off. Is there anything you want or need? And he goes, I would love some candy. And she goes, candy? And he goes, Twix, Skittles, shit like that. And then she gets off the plane, and I go, who is that? And he goes, I don't know. And I'm like, are strangers just buying you candy? And he goes, yeah. Like, that's Bruce status, okay? So we keep talking. We start talking about gigs that we've done, and we start talking about comedians and who's funny, who are the funniest comics ever. And we start literally listing comedians through time. Like, we start with, like, Lenny Bruce and Dick Gregory, and we talk about George Carlin and Richard Pryor, all the way through Eddie Murphy, and then to today, you know, Kevin Hart and Dave Attell. And then Bruce says, that's all good, but do you know who the funniest cat of all time is? Now, I think it's a setup. I think he's going to be like, it's me, bitch. I'm the funny. Like, it's like that, right? That's what I think it's going to be. And I'm going to let him have it. So I go, now, like, who's the funniest cat of all time? And he goes, Andy Griffith. And I go, what? And he goes, Andy Griffith. And I go, are you talking about, like, that dude? And he goes, yeah, you ever been to the Andy Griffith Museum before? And I go, what kind of question is that? No, of course not, man. Like, is that real? And he goes, real? They have the car that he used to sit in, and you can sit in it too, and you can touch shit that he used to touch. And he goes, did you ever see episode 215 of the Andy Griffith Show? And I go, no, ass burgers, I didn't see episode 215. And he goes, that's my favorite episode. It originally aired March 13th, 1967. And I go, are you fucking with me right now? And he goes, nah, it was March 13th, 1967. And then he ate Twix, and he didn't talk to me for the rest of the flight. But I am begging you, if you ever see Bruce anywhere, walking around, sitting down, at a show, anywhere, just go, hey man, Andy Griffith is the shit. And he'll be like, oh no, I've been saying that shit. And he'll lose his mind. That's it for me. You guys are the best. I took a crazy shit earlier today. Is pooping universal? Is that a thing? Here's something I just found out. I just found out that not everybody has diarrhea every day. I didn't know that. Seriously, here's how I found out. We moved. My wife and I moved to a new place. In the new place, the living room couch is closer to the bathroom than it was in the old place. So the second day we're there, I go in there, I do my thing. When I walk out, my wife is no longer sitting on the couch. She's now standing holding car keys, and she goes, "Do you need to go to the hospital?" And I go, "For what?" And she goes, "For what just happened in there." And I go, "What just happened in there?" And she goes, "Is that normal for you?" And I was like, "I don't remember what happened, so I guess so." And she goes, "Jesus, how often do you shit like that?" And I was like, "Every day." And she goes, "Oh my God, is there blood in there?" And I was like, "There could be. I don't know." Like, I just go, bop, and then I hit flush, you know? And she goes, "You don't look at it?" And I'm like, "Where am I supposed to look? It's everywhere. You want me to look at each individual piece? No, I fucking paint the bowl and then I wash it away." That's how I found out that not everybody has diarrhea every day.